Welcome to Uncut. Are you sitting comfortably? Good, because I want to talk to you about the issue of allocated seating. Now, bear with me. Now, I'm a film critic. When I go to screenings, there are different screening rooms that we go to, and as I've said before, there are certain seats that I have to sit in. So if, for example, I'm going to see a film at Fox, Century in Soho Square, I have to be on the far left-hand corner in the front. If I go to see a film at Dolby, it has to be last aisle seat on the left, 5 rows from the back. If I go to Warner's over in Theobald's Road, last aisle seat on the left, 6 rows back. If I go to Delane Lee, actually there, I need to be over on the right-hand side, preferably at the back in one of those 2 seats that doesn't have any obstructed viewing. I'm very specific about this stuff, and as a result of it, whenever there's a screening, I like to get there half an hour before the film starts. To be the first person in there to put my bag down and sit in the seat that I like to sit in. I always have a bit of a race with Alan Frank, another film critic, who always gets there first as well. And it really bothers me if I can't get to sit in my preferred seat. Now, I always thought this was just me being funny, but the last few months I've had some tweets from people on the subject of allocated seating in public cinemas. People saying they were getting really cross about the problems of allocated seating. Somebody actually tweeted me to say that they were in the middle of a screening in a multiplex cinema and the screening was stopped and the lights were turned on because people were sitting in the wrong seats. They weren't sitting in their allocated seats, they were in the wrong seats. And suddenly ushers were coming in and moving everybody around and checking everybody's tickets, which is extraordinary because frankly, I thought we were in a world in which cinemas didn't have ushers anymore. I mean, you could basically do whatever you want in a multiplex cinema and nobody was going to come and stop you. Apparently not. Apparently it is becoming an issue, the issue of allocated seating. This is tied up also with ticket prices. You're paying for a good seat, you're paying for a bad seat, you're paying for a premium seat, you're paying for a seat in which you get a great view of the screen, you're paying for a seat in which you're too near the screen. It's all become something which is surprisingly fraught. Now, when I was younger and I went to the cinema 2-3 times a week, there was no such thing as any form of allocated seating. You bought a ticket, you were either in the auditorium or you were up in the balcony. And I think there may have been a slight price difference, but where you sat in the cinema was absolutely up to you. I always used to sit on the left-hand side because left-hand side in public cinemas then used to be the no smoking side, although as I've said before, it's rather like swimming in the no weeing zone in the swimming pool. It doesn't make any difference, you're going to end up swimming in it all the same. It was cigarette smoke this time. You'd be on the left-hand side, people weren't actually smoking in front of you, but it was completely unallocated and everyone understood that. Now, as somebody who really likes to be able to choose their seat, I like the idea of allocated seating. I recently went to see the new Avengers movie at the cinema. I'd seen it already in a preview screening. I wanted to see it in 2D because I'd seen it in 3D. And I went to a performance in which I couldn't get the seat that I wanted. So I waited. I said, when's the next performance? A couple of hours? Fine. I'll wait so I can get the seat I want. That's how much it matters to me. But not everybody feels the same. So a genuine, open question. How do you feel about allocated seating? Is it bothering you? Is the pricing worrying you? Is it something you even think about? And have you ever been in a cinema, like this person who tweeted me, in which they stopped the film and turned the lights on because some people were in the wrong seats?